What's up, Virgos? How you all doing? I hope everyone's doing wonderful and amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today and for spending some of your time with me. I hope you're feeling blessed and life has been treating you well. All right. I sincerely appreciate everyone for their support of this channel. Thank you so much for being awesome and amazing. This reading, we're going to check in and see where things are headed for you. All right. We're going to check in with your angels, your guides, your energies around you, who's in your life, out of your life, what's going on in your relationship. And we'll call out anything important or significant that is necessary for you to know or hear. Take what resonates, let go of the rest, return it back to the universe to sort it out. If it's not yours, please don't hang on to it. These readings are very general, all right? Everybody is welcome here, including cross watchers and Virgo. This is for your Virgo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. So keep that in mind, and you can also check your other placements, okay? All right, so we have indecision here. In terms of like where things are for you in the current path in your soul journey, you're going to start working more on trusting your intuition in all aspects of your life, like listening more to yourself, like being less indecisive because of other influences and more decisive based on your own decisions. I know it sounds like kind of, ooh, all these words, but they sound the same, but it kind of really is. It's kind of like inverting the control and returning it back to yourself here. Some of you could be very indecisive about a certain situation, a job matter, or a love or life situation right now. And I feel like a lot of you, you know, you've probably in a place you don't want somebody's opinion to kind of steer you, but there's a desire here to make a decision that's really better for you in the long run versus better for you for the short term. So there's something like that taking place for you here. And perseverance, you're fighting some type of a fight here. Not like a physical fight, but a form of a, you know, you're going through something here, and your struggles are kind of coming through. They're shining through as strong. You're coming through victorious, okay? And it says, I know I can do whatever I set my mind to. So you're pushing for something or pushing towards something, and your persistence and your methodical thinking and your way of approaching whatever it is you're trying to reach or seek or have is basically slow and steady wins the race. Okay, so you're very systematic right now in terms of like pursuing something and achieving something, but there could be like a decision here that's going to be very important for you versus the energies around you. All right, so let's see what else is going on with my Virgos. What's going on? Where are things headed for Virgo? Who and what wants to show up for Virgo? Well, let's start with this one I got. All right, witness, okay, to know personal evidence and to speak out. Yeah, you know, there's somebody here. I feel like it's super important for you, Virgo, to either hear somebody out or be able to speak up or speak out to somebody and address some matters. There could be some issues here. Again, it could be some struggles, arguments, some type of a clash or a situation where, you know, you've reached a point where now you're seeing people, this energy or this person or this situation for what it is. You're finally like actually waking up to it and seeing it for yourself. You're witnessing it yourself with your own two eyes, so to speak, versus people have been telling you about it or talking to you about it or guiding you about it or misguiding you about whatever it is. You had to see it, and you finally are seeing the evidence for your own eyes here. So again, if there's anything that's kind of frustrating or damaging, I feel like now you're more in the know and you're more aware than you were in the past. So maybe that's kind of why, you know, you're going to be relying on your own intuition or working with a decision here, but trusting your intuition more importantly. All right, that death will come here. So we do have a finite situation here that has to do with matters of the heart. I feel like somebody here is unable to let somebody go energetically. There's something here very kind of like fragile, but I feel like fragile in terms of emotions. I think of like the heart not wanting to be broken, the heart not wanting to be deceived or rejected, the pain of feeling love or something like that, something very strong. And I feel like some of you are, you know, you're coming through terms that there's some type of an inevitable ending to something here, or endings are inevitable for a new beginning to start. So again, however your perspective is, however your situation is, there's something here very crushing or kind of painful for you right now that you're kind of experiencing. Maybe not a whole lot of people are aware of it, like maybe it's something you're going through within yourself. All right, but again, you know, you realize we're only human, so it's not like, you know, like pain is pain, and you're understanding where this pain is coming from or why. Like it's not something where you're in a bad negative place. It's more like the awareness of it is just where the realization and the work through, like the kind of cleansing part of it comes out. Transmission, okay. So again, I feel like for a lot of you here, there's a decision you're trying to make. It could impact another person or two people. I do feel like there's somebody here that really, you know, is more of a could be like a gossip of some sort, or more on the envious side or jealous side than the other person here. But you know, there's a lot of you here, you're feeling like the influences around you can sometimes contribute to or around you, or your energies that you're dealing with, the influences that you guys have around one another could be like a little bit of a that needs like a change, like a transmission, like a shift. All right, but I feel like there's a lot of you here where you're also feeling the impact of something very strong. So like I said, fragile and impact. So something here is weighing on your heart. Something here is weighing on your mind. There's something that needs to be worked through. It has to do with some type of an indecision at this time. Seduction, okay, manipulation comes out. I feel like there's somebody here in your life, Virgo, or energetically speaking, you know, there's an attraction between you and somebody here. So to seduce one another, that's not the hard part. That's the easy, cool part. It feels like it's fun, but it always feels like it ends up in a messy way, or it kind of leads into additional problems or issues, okay? So the call of the night, all right? I feel like, you know, this is somebody, we're dealing with somebody here that is very exciting or just fun to be around. They have a little mystery about themselves. They enjoy, you know, they enjoy having like that little mystery, but there's also sometimes a feeling that they could be hiding a little too much or not being honest about things. And when I say hiding stuff, it could just be that they're not showing their true side or their true, like, you know, personality. But it feels like for a lot of you, you're enjoying an experience with somebody here, and I feel like you are also like a little like vague or mysterious yourself anyway. But there's a sense of loyalty between you and this energy that, you know, maybe perhaps other people just don't understand or can't understand or comprehend. So it kind of makes like your connection or your situation to other people, it does not make as much sense. All right, but the loyalty is here. I see it. I see, despite everything, you know, it's somebody wants to like necessarily, like, they don't want to necessarily like there's no intentional malicious behavior, but there's manipulative behavior, okay? So but the intention isn't to be vindictive. Like, this is not what I'm getting so far. All right, let's see what else is going on with Virgo. What energies are showing up for Virgo? Where are things headed for Virgo? Tension. Yep, exactly. Arguments, you know, there's turbulent right now, turbulent times. There's some type of tension, and it has to do with two people. It has to do either with you and somebody else, or you and two people. The duo keeps showing up, and I feel like it's just that for a lot of you, there's something very stressful right now, and I feel like the stress is like kind of driving like somebody mad, like almost like they don't want to just talk to nobody. And there's a lot of reflection taking place here. I feel like there's a lot of, at the end of the day, the energies that you're dealing with, you're the center of their thoughts. Like, so you have people that think about you quite a bit, or somebody, or your person here. It could be your counterpart, it could be your soulmate, it could be a twin flame. Like, I could literally fill in the blank. I feel like discernment, that's why I say sometimes, you know, use discernment, because you know your situation best for real. But there's a lot of reflection here, but I also feel like there's a lot of mirroring behaviors as well. So the things that you kind of like, it's not, again, it doesn't come from a malicious place, but it's just, it almost feels like everybody's just wanting to do their own thing. All right. And then hoping, I feel like here the desire here is to have something. Wow. There's something here where it's just like, all right, never mind. But we have waiting, expecting, and manifesting. And I feel like transmission and waiting and expecting is like the big thing here. I feel like somebody's hoping that, you know, things can kind of get better, and kind of like almost like just like let the wind kind of keep it in the back, like just let it go with the wind and move on type of a vibe. I feel like somebody's wanting to manifest happiness here, and I feel like somebody here really wants to kind of reconnect energetically, but there's something here karmically that's taking place that's kind of putting like a wedge between you and somebody, and I feel like cause and effect here essentially talks about, you know, I mean, calling out the obvious, but the cause and effect here is just like right now there's something that's very tense, and it's a result of something that's been happening, and it's based on a behavior. And I feel like for a lot of you, this karmic situation that you're dealing with, karmically, some of you could be feeling like it's karmic or being aware it is. Others of you, you're unsure or uncertain or just don't even know, but it could be just like karma playing out. So that's kind of why I was talking about the mirroring here. It feels like sometimes what's done and complained about by one person, the other person kind of feels like they have to take it to a different extreme or a different, and it just kind of feels like there's kind of a little manipulative style of mental head games for no reason going on, you know. And deja vu. Yeah, so you've been here before. This is, again, past life, karmic lessons, and repeated patterns. So it's literally like, you know, this is an energy that you continuously have the same situation with. Things feel like they've changed, but they don't change, or you just kind of feel like you're living your life in a deja vu state here. But it could just be because there's something connected to you and your past life connection with this person. And like I said, there's could be like some kind of karma that needs to be resolved, figured out, addressed, or kind of worked on, like completed, you know, the forgiveness or whatever the debt is paid is what it is. All right, it could be something like that. And you don't have to, you know, honestly, with tarot, that's why I love doing tarot and also oracles, because it's the interpretation. So if you don't believe in karma, you know, you just think of it the way that it applies to you. But for the intent of this reading, karma is not necessarily meant to be like a curse. Karma could just literally be something where you know, like I wake up one day and I'm realizing, oh my God, wow, I used to always say this, and look, now this is here with me. As easy as that. And now my lesson is like, I have to accept this, work with this, or I already did, whatever. And so it's perceived how your story, your life story is going with, you know, Virgo. It's not restricted to this general reading. Okay. Let's see what else is going on with you and what's headed for you. What's headed your way and towards you. Okay, disagreements over tension. Hello, and then we have arguments. So I wish you understood how I feel. It just feels like somebody maybe here just makes the thing all about them, or there could be some type of a victim mentality taking place here with the situation, or it could just be both of you are standing your own grounds, and it just feels like, you know, again, one person is not hearing the other. Somebody is just pouting when the other, you know. There's a third party interference here, though. There were other things that got in the way between us. So there's certainly, like I was saying earlier, there's somebody here there's a second and third person. There's essentially other things here that have kept things very distracted, or in a place where it was very conflicted, or I guess kind of it just became like a battle of some sort. Okay, inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance. Hoping. Look at that. I feel like energetically, again, between you and this person, if you're together or not, there's something that kind of connects the both of you together. Like I was mentioning earlier, you could be in some type of a soul journey or karmic experience together, like a past life. So there's something here at the higher level that's very feasible and possible. But in the day-to-day stuff, I feel like this is somebody that really has like their heart set on you and set out for you. They really do, like, you know, love you, care about you, want to be with you here. But it just feels like, you know, it's just that I feel like for a lot of you, the sense of adventure is more like enticing, and I feel like it's really tough for them to kind of get that way all the time. Consequences, secrets. I haven't told you everything, so you know, honestly, with this secrets coming out, I was feeling earlier with the third party. And like we were talking about the uncertainties here in the call of the night, and some unknowns. There's like loyalties for sure, but there's some things that people are just not sharing with one another. So it could be you and them and towards you, whatever it is here. There's just some things that are just not being exposed or talked about. Disagreements and fights are just a little too much. All right, but there's a commitment here. I want you to be a part of my future. Yeah, this is somebody that feels they have a really hard time separating from you energetically, or you have a hard time separating from them. All right, so there's a desire to have commitment, but it kind of reflects with this deja vu. It's like almost you've been there before, but for some reason there's like, you know, there's a desire to kind of either get back on it or improve something, but not all the things will be like improved in that sense. You know, it just feels like it's far reaching, the commitment. It's desired, but it's very far reaching right now. I just really hope like stuff is not looking crooked, which I think it is, but I don't know how crooked it is. Okay, guys. Oh no, look at that. Let's put this. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's see what else is going on with you here, Virgo. What else is headed towards my Virgo? What's headed towards Virgo? Okay. We have the Eight of Cups. Somebody regrets walking away. Somebody regrets like avoiding. Again, we have cause and effect here, and we have consequences. And literally, this is a card about consequences. Somebody walked away, avoiding consequences. They did not want to be accountable for their own actions towards the relationship or the situation, or somebody just wanted to completely walk away and not divulge or share or talk about something, or even be confronted about something and like kind of admit to it. But there's also a regret of that energy that's walked away, or the fact that there's a walk away right now. There's like heavy regrets on both sides. Something just feels extremely unresolved, but somebody's avoiding change. Like I said here, deja vu, and I said things will just continuously repeat themselves. So conversations can be had, but where are things going to land is a different story. 1 second, let me just check on my thing here. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I sorted it out a little differently. It's wild up there, my camera. All right, so we have the Hanged Man here, and then we'll continue on. Page of Pentacles. We also have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Hermit, Virgo, you're here in the reverse. Okay, and then we have the Fool. So, yeah, there's a cycle that's about to start. I mean, something has recently ended or really has experienced like some type of a closure of some sort. Maybe something here was resolved. Some answers were, clarity of some sort. Something was just gained or accepted for the time being, and it just feels like that's where things are at a standstill. But there's a new beginning here kind of taking place. There's a new cycle. In terms of for you specifically, I feel like you're dealing with somebody that's a little young, very spontaneous. I don't want to say too reckless, but maybe just a little kind of like they can't contain like maintaining a love relationship or something like that. Like they want to take on the responsibility and they want to show up for it, but it's just maybe it's just too much. Okay, so they're just kind of not ready in a place to commit. But it's like that's what they also want. So it's like they want the things that they think will hold the relationship and glue it together, but the commitment is just not like foundational. It's not, that feels like it almost doesn't exist. But somebody here I feel like is going to be reaching out. I feel like there's some secret or something that's being talked about or shared or kind of circulating something here. Somebody's trying to act in a certain way to kind of get your attention, to have you tune back into them. With the Hangman in the reverse, well, actually no, it's not in the reverse for change. It is actually in the upright, which is in the reverse. In the upright with the Hangman, I feel like the real reality is somebody was not happy in the connection. Somebody was not satisfied. Somebody was not, there was just a lot of stagnation. There's like a lot of gossip, like a lot of weird, immature behavior sometimes. It felt like there's just like a misalignment of some sort. Something here just felt like a little trap. There's a lot of uncertainties, okay? So there was just like a lot of inconsistent unknowns. All right, and I feel like somebody here just kind of like wants a connection, but then they want to step back, but then there's a connection, but then it also goes back to looking at options, and it's just there's a lot of like playing it too close with just feelings and emotions, and it just was kind of a little bit of a ruckus, kind of, it felt like a little much. With the Page of Pentacles over here, okay, this is a what was I going to say? Yeah, it is a Taurus sign. I was going to say it's a Taurus sign, but it is a Taurus sign. So we have a Taurus here, but we also have elements of Gemini and Aries. We have a sense of stubbornness here. I feel like somebody is just trying to build their own destiny or build their own path with their own two hands, do things themselves. It feels like they want to be self-taught, or they're being self-taught. So it kind of almost feels like, I feel like somebody just does not want to be told a lot what to do. They'd like to like figure it out themselves or do it. But this is somebody that's also insistent on doing things in a way that work out. Like they're trying to be practical. But they're still new at a lot of this. So a lot of the things that they're trying to work out or work hard for or work towards, they're still like, they don't have the actual mastery of the formula, the solution. So they don't essentially, they can say they want all the stuff or they're going to do all the stuff, but it's going to take information, knowledge. Like it's going to take, like the experience should match, so it just feels like the ambition is very strong and very practical energies here. But I feel like this is somebody that is an obsessive person, and they could be like elusive behavior as well, like the manipulation comes across, but it's kind of like you can read through them too, so you can kind of like see that, because they're again like a little bit of on the they're yeah, it's kind of like they're not good at trying to be discreet, you know, in their ways. So it's kind of like you can kind of read through them sometimes. All right. Actually, I did pull one of these out. So with the King of Pentacles here, Virgo, again, you're showing up. Yeah, this is well, actually, first of all, we have the King and the Queen. So technically, we have the King and Queen. We have this here, and then we have this here. If we want to play it that way, because that's kind of how it's supposed to be. But with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, these are two sturdy energies, all right? Strong Pentacle energy, strong energy of, hey, I know what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Kind of like that mirroring. You know, everybody's self-sustaining, self-sufficient here. But the biggest thing here is we have some type of an interference, all right? So there's an interfering energy that puts a distance or puts this wedge between the King and Queen, and each person just wants to take their stance and become their own standout person. And so for those reasons, sometimes seeing eye to eye, it's not hard, but it relies a lot on trust, okay? And when trust comes into play here, we have a very practical like mindset. So it doesn't take much for things to just be okay, but then things go back to the way each of you individually wants it to be, because you guys are kings and queens of your own castles, okay? So even though the door is open and the welcome, everything is well and healthy, the idea to kind of, you know, disengage is more accessible than maintaining engagement in the situation, all right? So it just feels like, you know, there's a sense of like power, but like with a discipline coming to it. So like, you know, like kind of, I don't know how to say it. It just feels like it's a very, like, you guys come from very ground, like you stand your ground very heavily here, and you kind of have the backing for it, like the foundation under your feet. So you feel good, but it's almost like, well, are we going to ever pay attention to one another? That becomes the problem. All right. And so I feel like the Queen has a lot of abundance to bring towards you here. This is a Capricorn energy. I feel like the Queen has the elements that can make a relationship very successful. I also feel like the King energy here is very prosperous energy, very kind and generous, but there's a sense of temperament. There's a temperament here going on too. I do feel like we could deal with somebody that's super smart with math or numbers as well. And I also feel like we could be dealing with somebody that is really good at science in general. So however you want to take these two pentacles come so strongly together. I'm actually like surprised because they never like show up right at one after the other. But Virgo, you're still showing up here, and this is you, like I said earlier, and you showed up as the king. So you're very present in your own reading here. I feel like for a lot of you, you know, you're just in a place right now where you're just taking a step back. I feel like for a lot of you, somebody wants your time, your attention. They're feeling very lonely. They're feeling very withdrawn, like you've withdrawn from somebody so much that I feel like they get really lonely when they think about you, or they feel lonely when you're not around them. I feel like this is somebody that's extremely shut out as well. Somebody's feeling shut out by your energy, and they're feeling the sense of rejection. I feel like somebody here really does want to correct something, but there's something still very kind of questionable about them overall. So it makes it just very hard to kind of, like that trust we're talking about, it makes it hard to kind of establish anything long-standing. Like, you know, the fickleness just keeps coming up, all right? I feel like somebody here is just coming also like quite just busy for now, or they're just busy in their mind and in their thoughts, so they're not making themselves as available to the other person. But the Ace of Swords is here. Clarity is desired, all right? A breakthrough will be had. Somebody here is going to have a breakthrough. Something here is going to be resolved and worked out. Something is going to be clarified, all right? It may take a few, somewhere from like I don't know, a few days to like maybe up to 5 days or a week for some of you, but something here is going to be coming through very soon. Okay, from 5 weeks, we'll just go with 5, numbers of 5, all right? But my point is, I feel like there's something that's going to be coming through that's going to be very supportive, okay? So whether it's clarity, whether it's to resolve the conflict and all the arguing, there's going to be a lot of revelations here. Somebody's going to gain the insight necessary to kind of wake up to their own noise, and realize, like, you know, what they also need to do to maintain whatever it is that they want with you, or with like the connection in general. There's a positivity here that's very desired, like a very positive outcome is desired. I feel like somebody is going to gain information and knowledge about you or about the situation, even could be you. And like I said, the Fool here is what's being desired, is where things left off, things ended at some point, and so there's a desire for a new beginning. I feel like right now things are just kind of a little lingering for you and this person, or with this energy in general, but there's something here that's being cooked up. So they're cooking something up, but it just has not, you know, the meal's not ready yet. So I feel like for a lot of you, somebody's not giving up on you, okay? So, all right, let's see here. What else does my Virgo need to know? Your final message is, oh wow, this showed up a couple of readings ago. Use equanimity to calm your emotions. All right, do not ask me to say this word again. I said it multiple times in the past. So I love you guys, and I'll see you next one. And thank you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.